Hey everybody, it's Becky, and I'm going to film this again. I already filmed it once with my phone and it wouldn't work, so I'm going to try to film it with my camera. This is our geography, I can't think of any words, our geography curriculum that we're using for my our fifth grader. At the end of fourth grade, I bought a Spectrum workbook that was called Geography, and I just bought it online, so I wasn't really able to see a whole lot of the inside. And when it came, it was all like map reading type things, which is fine, that's important too, but what I was really wanting was something where she can learn the states, the capitals, where they're located, national landmarks and things like that. So this I have created on my own. This is a 2-inch binder. I started out with a 1.5 inch, it wasn't big enough. So all of these printables came from various places on the internet, and if I can find the links for them, I'll put them in the description box below. This is actually the cover page for a PDF I found that a lady had done. It was really in-depth. It was like 70 something pages. And this is just the cover from that. I don't know where that came from, but some of the pages inside came from that same PDF. But anyway, these are a carryover from last year. These came from education.com. I did go ahead and get the subscription to that. It was like $30 something for a year. And I put them in page protectors, and so she will use her dry erase markers to label the states and then wipe them off. These are the vis-a-vis. I think that's how you pronounce it. It might be vis-a-vis. I don't know. It's French or something. But anyway, they're the wet erase markers. So I mean, you could really, if you really wanted to, you could wipe it off. But I mean, this being a dry erase marker and the fact that I can do that and it's not coming off is pretty neat. So we use those for things that we want to use temporarily long term, if that makes sense. We want them to last longer than a couple weeks, but we want to still be able to wipe them off. So these pages are all broken up into sections of the United States. So we're going to work on one section at a time. She did start doing it, and she did it last year. But we're going to continue that until she knows all those. And that's what those are. And then this is all the states' abbreviations. State facts. More state facts. And then scrambled states, so it'll tell you like number 1 is South Dakota, and you go down here, it shows you the shape, and so that's just kind of a fun way to recognize the shapes and then play a little game. There's more of those. What's that state? So it shows you the shape and the capital, and you have to guess what the state is. And then this is just the blank printout that we use when she takes her test at the end of every week. It's just the one blank one, and I need to either put this in a page protector or make more copies of that. And that came from education.com as well. And then there's you can also use this, which says, label the map on page 1 using the state abbreviations shown below. But like I said, we'll use that for a test, and we can print off more if we need to. Color the states. So it says color the 13 original colonies yellow. The states that were added to the Union in Louisiana purchased blue. So things like that. Tells you either the state and you guess the capital, or it tells you the capital and you guess the state. Those were education.com. Education.com. I'm having a really hard time turning these pages. Okay, this one's a road trip thing. It tells you like somebody wants to go on a trip and this is the path they're taking, and it tells you the capitals. You have to tell which states they traveled to get from point A to point B. A state capital crossword, name the states crossword, another quiz, which this page goes with that one. Oh, this one's neat. The capital word find. So you find and circle the state names using the nicknames below as clues. So like the Empire State, the Volunteer State, state capitals, nickname connections. So just drawing the capital to its nickname. And that's all that we have in the beginning. Now this is the part that took me the longest. And this was supposed to be, I thought geography was going to be the easiest thing to put together. And it actually took me quite a bit longer. So basically we start out with a flag of the United States, and it tells why the flag is the way that it is, the colors of the stripes and the stars and all that. And then just a fun activity for her to, it says pretend like you work for the Betsy Ross Flag Company and you're designing your own flag. Okay, now this is how I divided each state up in this book to keep them from getting completely mixed in. These pages came from Crayola.com, so all these ones that look like this, well, those were Crayola.com. They were free, of course. So they have a little bit of information. They have like when they were admitted into the Union, the state fish, the state bird, the flag. It tells the colors of the flag. It didn't print out quite clearly, so it's kind of hard to read. But this is really too easy for my 5th grader. This is just helping us mark, differentiate between the states. My 4-year-old will probably color these while my older one is working on, the more in-depth pages, and then together we'll find it on the map and all that. So we have one of those for every state. This one, you put in, again, when they were admitted to the state, the statehood rank, motto, nickname, major cities, the state map, and I found a website that you can print out the map, so she can print it and cut it and put it there. Same thing with the state flag. She can do that. Rivers, lakes, and mountains. And then on this page, again, with the state seal, I found a website that you can print out the seal. So we'll do that, and that'll be easier for her. Population, square miles, state bird, famous people, landmarks, major industries, and we're going to try to find a state quarter for every state and, do a little etching or rubbing to see, what the back of the quarter looked like. And then this was part of that same PDF where this came from. Oops, sorry. It's got a lot of just information at a glance. Bordering states, major lakes, major rivers, population, area, state nickname, the motto, the state song, and then just a little summary of the state. And then my daughter's really artistic, so I thought for her, to keep it from being totally boring, she's going to make a stamp for each state based on the things that she learned about the state bird and the flag and the tree and all that stuff. And she can design it however she wants. And then at the end, we're going to cut it around and make like a little booklet where we can keep them all. So I thought she'd really like that. So all of those are pretty much the same. The ones that are mostly different are the states that have a lot of really interesting landmarks. So let me find, well, this is really hard to turn because it's so thick. But like we did it for Hawaii and New York, California. Oh, here's a good one. Louisiana. I just added a little bit. She did the regular pages she's going to do. And then we have just a little bit of information about, like in this case, the French Quarter. And then when we get to the part about Mardi Gras, so it's a little story about Mardi Gras. And then each of my daughters can design a mask. And I can't turn the page again. But I really wanted to show you New York. I'm trying to get to that one because that one took me the longest, because obviously New York's got a lot of really interesting landmarks and buildings and all that stuff. So, and we'll, obviously her history book and everything is going to go into some of this stuff, particularly about the, Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't really want to wait till I got to that point, and it's not like you can hear it too many times, so that's fine to do it here, even if it's in her history book at some point. But I printed out some information about Niagara Falls, and maybe one day we can take a trip there, I don't know. So we did that one. I cannot turn pages, and then it's just a little quiz I found at abcteach.com about the reading about Niagara Falls. Again, Niagara Falls, Ellis Island, and we'll watch some videos on YouTube. I keep a playlist on my YouTube account of educational videos, and whenever I find them, either randomly or actually looking for them, I'll put them in there. And then on her daily agenda, if there's a video to watch based on that subject, then I'll put in there, YouTube video, and I copy and paste the link so she can just double click it, copy it, and paste it back into the browser and pull it up herself without having to search around YouTube, because that can get kind of dangerous for kids. So Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty, we're going to do an activity where you use pennies and figure out why the Statue of Liberty is green. This one, you design your own book of what you think she says, or what you think she should say. Quiz about the Statue of Liberty. Here's the penny thing. So you put vinegar. Let me see if I got it. Yeah. You put the vinegar in and do half the penny, and then it shows how, why she's green, because she's covered in an outer layer of copper. And the stamp. So pretty much that's everything. I thought about ordering the tourist catalog for every state, but that was going to take forever to go to every single state's website and request it, and just the postage and trying to store them all. So the only ones that I did actually order was one from Washington D.C., since there really wasn't a page about that in here. I mean, we could use one of the other ones, but I wanted to just, see all the things that are in their tourist book. And then, of course, I did it again, the catalog from the state that we're from. So that is what we're going to do for geography. And it's going to take us, quite a while. If she does one a week, obviously it'll take us longer than a school year to complete, and that's okay. It's not a race. I just wanted to have it put together because I feel like when she was in public school, they didn't study any of this stuff. They never studied where the states were located, the capitals. She knows some of the capitals based on hearing us talk about things, but they didn't learn any of that stuff. And I feel like that public schools are in such a rush to get through what they have to get through that they miss some of the major things that you're going to need and that will come in handy in your life, even if it's something of the capitals. Or where they're located and where the states are located in the country. That's a really important thing that I feel like public schools are missing, among many things. But so I took it into my own hands since I could not find a workbook that actually did this exactly the way I wanted to. So I hope you find that helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.